I've always loved to hunt and eat morel mushrooms, and we have a remote cabin in the wilderness of Canada on an island, and I noticed last year that there were wild morel mushrooms growing on this Canadian island. So I researched the subject and I found out you could buy the morel spores online. So I decided to try and grow my own morel mushrooms up in Canada in the wilderness, since I love to eat them so much. So I purchased 2 different packages of spores from 2 different sources, and I followed their recipe to a T. And the recipe is you get a 5-gallon bucket of water that is not contaminated by any chemicals, and you add the spores to that 5 gallons of water. Then you add a tablespoon full of organic molasses to the water, and it also calls for wood ashes that have never been rained on. And I was able to find some firewood ashes that have never been rained on. I mixed them in the 5-gallon bucket of water with the spores, and I stirred it thoroughly. And for 2 days, I would stir the solution to mix the spores and get them hydrated. And then I had to prepare the beds that I would spread the spores on. And the directions called for so many hours of sunlight. I believe it was 3 hours every day, or most every day, and then the rest could be in the shade. And around our wilderness cabin, I prepared 7 different plots to spread my solution. To prepare my plots, I had a garden rake, and I raked up an area about 6 foot by 6 foot in 7 different places. And then I spread the mixture in those 7 different plots. When I was finished with that, I lightly covered up the dirt with another layer of soil. And from time to time, when we would have campfires, I would add the ashes, spread the ashes over those 7 different plots. So I'm hopeful that now it's a year later and it's mushroom season, which is normally the last couple of weeks in May. These morels should pop up. And I've got my fingers crossed, and the directions where I bought the spores said that maybe after the first year you may not see a crop, but you should have a crop at least by the 2nd year. So I've got my fingers crossed that we'll have a crop when we get up there the last 2 weeks of May. They are delicious. My wife knows how to prepare them. They are a delicacy, and the family loves to eat them. So if anybody wants to try planting morel mushroom spores to grow your own, good luck and have fun doing it.